The Courting by Meinekeime, Chapter 10. Dancing, dancing, and more dancing. Harry's point of view. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what are your feet doing, Harry? Father was giving me a lesson on traditional dances. Harry, you need to walk gracefully. Think of yourself as a leaf in the wind. Your steps need to be light, like a feather, not like you're trying to stumble over both your feet at once. Again! The music started playing again, and Neville and I moved again. He were to teach me a traditional Veela dance, and my feet were already hurting from the many turns we made. Neville seemed unimpressed, and I was sure he learned these moves as a child. Now open and close in a second turn, I heard Father, as he clapped the rhythm. This was hard. After another hour, Father decided it was time for a break. I tried sitting on a chair, but the heavy Victorian-style petticoat wasn't having it, and I would have to sit down on the ground if Neville hadn't caught me. If I was to fall down, I would need 4 men to help me up. There wasn't enough people in the house. After wrestling me out of the petticoat, we went upstairs to my room so I could work on my dress. I decided to make it myself, now that I had the sewing instructions. After some suitors had sent me presents this month, for example, Andrea Rosa was an immigrant from Italy. He sent me high heels. Sadly, I will never be able to wear them because they were too small. Draco had sent me something too. First, he sent me Halloween treats he loved in his childhood. There even were muggle ones, like candy corn, but most were magical ones. His favorites were chocolate bats, because of obvious reasons. 1, they can fly up to 3 feet. 2, their wings and teeth are made of chili chocolate. Last week, he sent me clothes soaked in a potion that would help with the swelling of my feet. Hecka was sitting on the shoulder of my dummy I used to put my dress on. Hey, girl, I said, and took her present. She had a letter with the potions and a book. Maybe it was a speaking one, like the cookbook. I put my hair behind my ear and opened the letter. He apologized in advance that he didn't make his costume himself. But when it came to using a needle and thread, he was a helpless case. He sent some little witch hats for Hagrid and the other owls that I found cute, and a book on aristocrat hairstyles. Finally, someone understood my problem. Mother doesn't really do anything with his hair, and Father, well, I opened the book and it asked, "What's the occasion?" "A ball," I answered, and the book opened the beginning page of the ball-up-do's. You will need your brush, some bobby pins, hair bands, and maybe a helping hand. When I checked through the book, all styles were meant for wavy and curly hair, because straightening your hair would destroy it, said Draco. I put the book on my nightstand and checked through my jewelry. Cried, some men had sent me rings, necklaces, and earpieces for the ball, not thinking that was rude. I wasn't mated, so I would not wear accessories that weren't my family's. It was like saying that my family was low standing and tight on money. They would have known that if they checked some books about Veelas. A submissive Veela always represents the wealth and standing of the family. After sending a thank you note to Draco, I worked on the gown of my dress until Neville came into my room. My fiance finally sent me a letter, he said, and set himself down. The paper looked expensive and a little scaly. I tried looking at the name on the bottom of the letter, but Neville moved quickly, so I couldn't. What did he say? I asked. They broke into my house in London and tried taking my grandma. He took her in his place, and it seems the Order is searching for me. He laughed and touched the bottom of the letter. He also sent me a little pumpkin. He opened a little bag and grabbed the small orange pumpkin that had a heart carved into it. Oh my God, that's so cute, right? You never told me what you're going to the ball as. I said, you still have your invisibility cloak, right? I nodded. Then I will go as Spooky went. Before Father called us to start the dancing lessons again. The days until the 31st will fill with dancing, opening letters, dancing, sewing, dancing, preparing the ballroom, and guess what? Dancing. Neville even decided that he didn't want to train with me. We had filled the ballroom with pumpkins and candles. There were paper bats flying around, and the buffet was laid out in the back room. I hope that Trippy, Knuckle, and Pippi were able to handle all the guests. But at the moment, I had other problems. Not Neville! You're hurting me! Not there! Stop it! I screamed through the whole room. No, you stop it. You were the one to make himself a corset, not me. Now let me do my work and stop complaining. After we had finally finished cutting off my airways, I put on my jewelry and let Neville do my hair with the help of the book, and put on my lord rings. The Potter Lordship ring was a white gold ring with a clear stone in the middle and 2 black stones. The Black Lordship ring was a silver ring with fine lines around it. Can you guess it? Black stone in the middle. At least they want some strange colors like pink or neon green. Neville, can you toss me my teeth? Well, that sounded strange. Of course. Have you seen my shoes? It was like Hogwarts dorms all over again. End of chapter 10, The Courting.